guys, Marco the dog trainer here. Today we're going to be doing a quick review of the Petmate Sky Kennel. Now this particular crate is the 36-inch model, which is designed for dogs between maybe 50 to 70 pounds. I've got Cosmo in there right now and he's maybe 47 pounds, something like that, just for reference. Now over the span of my career, I have used all sorts of different crates. I've used full metal ones, I've used fabric ones, I've used wire ones, I've used plastic ones. And through all that trial and error, I just started gravitating towards the Petmate Sky Kennels the majority of the time. So I can pretty safely say that this model is my favorite kind of basic dog crate for the basic dog situation. Now, the first reason that I prefer these is that they're very easy to take apart and put together. I'm going to show you guys here in a second, but they're 3 pieces, the top shell, the lower shell, and the door. Just throw a couple bolts in there and you're good to go. So really quick assembly. Now, the next thing that I really like about it is that I think that they're a little safer than some of the other wire crates and stuff like that out there, where wire crates, because they're welded, I think that there's a lot of kind of jagged edges, or at least opportunities for jagged edges. If we have a dog that, is trying to get out or kind of scratching at it and bending some of the rungs, again, it just kind of has more opportunity for sharp edges. So that's why, again, I just think that the plastic ones are a little bit safer. As far as like cleaning and stuff like that goes, again, I think that the plastic crates are a lot easier because we can just, take a vacuum and hose, kind of suck out whatever with the hose attachment. We can just spray them down with a little bit of like cleaning solution and wipe them down with a rag. And maybe once a year, I'll take it apart and bring it outside and just hose everything down just to kind of give it a kind of reset. Again, some of these wire crates and metal crates, if you're trying to keep up with keeping them clean, if you're not really, really diligent about drying it off very, very thoroughly, you're kind of speeding up the rust and degrading the quality of it. Now, kind of on that same topic, this plastic crate here, I mean, they're very, very durable, where surprisingly you would think that a metal crate is probably more durable than a plastic one. And they are in some ways, but in my experience, most of my wire crates, by the time they're 5, 6, 7 years old, they do not look very pretty. And it's not like I'm getting them wet or anything like that. They're just kind of rusting over time. Where this crate is maybe 6 or 7 years old, and outside of maybe a little bit of rust on the door and a couple nicks and scratches in the plastic, you would have no idea that it's that old. In combination with that, let's say another 5, 6 years down the road, I start to think, man, this door is getting really rusty and I don't like it, then I can just buy a replacement door, which is way cheaper than just buying an entire new crate. Okay, now, the last thing that I think is kind of a bonus, where most of us are probably not going to be like flying with our dogs regularly, but a bonus is that all the Sky Kennels or Petmate Sky Kennels are approved for airline travel. So if we're, packing up to move across the country, or we're taking our dogs on some kind of extravagant vacation or something like that, all of these models are going to be approved for airline travel. So let's take a closer look at the crate itself, just so that way I can walk you guys through everything you need to know.
Now, when they're talking about the different dimensions, like I said before, this is considered the 36-inch. Okay, what they mean by that is that from front to back is 36 inches. Okay, in height from bottom to top is going to be 27 inches. And then in width from left side to right side is going to be 25 inches.
Okay guys, so like I said, this is super easy to put together. It comes with basically 3 pieces, the top shell, the bottom shell, and the door. If I'm ever traveling, I'm usually just gonna kind of put it inside itself to kind of take up less room, and usually I just put the dog food and all that stuff in there too. But now, if we were gonna put it together, we just put it up top like that. Now, as far as the door goes, we can decide which way we want it to open. If we want to open it to the left, or if we want to open it to the right. We just have to decide that before we put it together.
Okay, so I'm gonna put that in there. Okay, now, then it comes with a bunch of bolts here to help hold it together, where it comes, you could put up to 11 bolts around the perimeter of it to kind of secure it. Now my dogs, they don't really try to get out of here. They're really, really chill when they're in their crate. And I'm a little lazy about this, so I usually just do 4 bolts, like 1 on each corner. But back when I used to board dogs, if I had dogs that I was a little afraid of them busting out of the crate, I would bolt all 11 in to just really, really secure it. Now, as far as like those bolts go, okay, we also have like these kind of bigger holes on the corner that if we were going to be flying or loading this into a van or on a truck bed, we can use these holes to tie down the crate to kind of secure it so it's not slipping and sliding all over the place. And then the last thing we'll talk about is just kind of the door and door frame. So this door is kind of got like a double latch here where we have to squeeze both of them in order for the door to open. Okay, and I like that because some of the other like wire crates I've seen and other kind of cheaper plastic ones, it's just one kind of like latch that if the dogs mess with it enough from the inside, like either licking at it, pawing at it, they kind of start to jiggle it until it kind of opens up, and then the dogs can just come right out. Where this one, there's really no way for the dogs to figure out that if they squeeze these two together, that that's going to open the door. Now, and again, as far as like the door frame itself goes, some of the cheaper plastic models that I've seen out there, the way that it's designed to hold in the metal door, there's like a really, really thin piece of plastic that on the inside of the crate that if the dogs scratch that or bite that off, the door will just keep falling off. Where this particular model, the way that it's built, it's the latch that holds the door in is actually in front of a big portion of the door. So it's going to be a lot more difficult for the dogs to get to the plastic piece that actually would release the door. So now again, just to clarify, I'm not saying that this would be my top recommendation for like a Houdini type dog or a dog that is like violently trying to bust out of the crate. But for your kind of average dog that might just kind of be pawing at the door a little bit or scratching just a tiny bit, this is probably going to be better than a wire crate or some of those other cheaper plastic models out there. So outside of that, I think that is everything you guys need to know about the Petmate Sky Kennel 36 inch. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.